If you do not know the name Malachi Coleman, you will by the end of this video, and I can guarantee you, you will never forget the name Malachi Coleman again, because Malachi's journey to college football is one of the most extraordinary sports stories I have ever come across. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Malachi, he currently plays a wide receiver at Wisconsin. He started off his college football career playing wide receiver at Nebraska, and then he transferred to Minnesota, and now, like I said, he actually just transferred to Wisconsin this offseason. Now, on the surface level, you may think Malachi Coleman is just another wide receiver at a big-name college school, but Malachi is way more than that. So let's dive into his story because, like I said, it's absolutely insane. Malachi grew up in Lincoln, Nebraska. And unfortunately, when Malachi was very young, his father died in a car accident. Now, his biological mother was a drug addict and alcoholic, and this is where Malachi's story just gets absolutely insane. One day, Malachi's mother steals a car, picks up Malachi, puts him in the car, and drives off. And then all of a sudden, she stops randomly, gets out of the car, takes Malachi Coleman out of the car as well, puts him on the side of the road, and says, "Wait right here, I will be right back." Unfortunately for Malachi, his mother never did return. Now, Malachi Coleman was literally forced to dig into garbage cans behind gas stations, looking for food, looking for anything that would get him through the night. And Malachi says that that was the last time he saw his mother. He was 5 years old. Imagine that. 5 years old and you are abandoned on the side of the road. No food, no home, no shelter, no parents, no nothing. Just absolutely insane. 5 years old. Like how crazy is that? And then this is the article gets into Malachi and his experience, which I just kind of alluded to. It says Malachi remembers wandering around the streets, feeling confused and alone. He and his sister Nevaeh were always hungry. They checked trash cans behind gas stations, searching for scraps. Sometimes a kind person would give them something to eat. They slept anywhere they could. That is also part of the story. Malachi had a sister that was abandoned with him. So it was Malachi and his sister literally against the world. Now, Malachi and his sister end up jumping from foster home to foster home. At one point, I didn't include this snippet in here, but at one point, they end up in this foster home where the father literally throws Malachi through a wall. Just unbelievable circumstances. So sad. Malachi was only 9 years old, I believe, when that happened. Now, Malachi and his sister did find a good home. That's when they found Craig and Miranda Coleman, who took in Malachi and his sister like they were their own. By the way, at this point, Malachi is 9 years old. So between the ages of 5 to 9, he was basically bouncing around foster home to foster home. And finally, at the age of 9, he finds the Colemans, who end up becoming his adoptive parents. And here in the article, by the way, the link to this article will be linked in the description. It's an absolutely fantastic read. If you think this video is good, go check out the article. I highly, highly recommend it. But in the article, it says that the emotional scars never left Malachi. And how could they? I can't even imagine experiencing something that traumatic at that young of an age. Just absolutely insane. Now, this is my favorite part of Malachi's entire story. Malachi ends up being a 4-star recruit who committed to Nebraska. He wanted to stay home. He wanted to have that at-home feeling, so he ends up staying in Nebraska. Now, when he signs on with Nebraska, he decided to commit 100% of his NIL funds to supporting foster care homes in the area. 100% of his NIL funds. And the best part about all of this is Malachi's reasoning for why he decided to commit 100% of his NIL funds. Just listen to this. His mom at one point asked Malachi, "What is it you want your name to mean?" And to that, Malachi has a clear answer. "I want foster kids to know they have hope," Malachi told his mom. "Just because it's hard right now doesn't mean it's forever." Malachi Coleman, man, I'm rooting for this guy like there's no tomorrow. He has become my favorite player in college football. His story is absolutely insane. He's a super, super gifted athlete. I hope he does well at Wisconsin. Just an incredible story, and these are the type of sports stories that I just live for. Absolutely insane. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. I post videos like this all the time. I also have a podcast called the Victory Degree Podcast. The full-length podcast and clips from that podcast can all be found on this channel. Literally, the YouTube channel that you're on right now, that you are watching this video on, if you click on it, you will see my full-length podcast, all the clips from that podcast. I interview athletes, I interview coaches. I've interviewed athletes like Josh Dobbs, Sean Clifford, Quentin Lake, Cesar Ruiz, Christian Benford, a bunch of different guys, and I dive into their mindset, into their experiences, and into stories. Honestly, the stories of their childhood and how they made it to the NFL, NBA, or whatever sport they ended up playing. So consider subscribing, consider leaving a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment. If you didn't enjoy this video, give me some constructive criticism. Tell me what I can do better next time. I'm always looking to improve. So I look forward to hearing from you all. Thank you again for watching. Hope you have a great day.